there, this is Chad Garber, and in this video I'm going to do part 2 of how to play Still of the Night by Whitesnake. And honestly, these are my two favorite parts. Here they are. And the next part is okay, so these are the two parts we're going to go over today. If you like this video and other videos like this, please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more. Alright, here we go. So this is the part in the bridge. I'm just going to get into it real quick. You put your pointer finger on the second fret of the D string. And the whole time you're going to pick it like this. You're going to pick alternate pick up and down. And each note, you're going to have two notes on each fret. I mean, actually, you'll pick up and down on each fret, on each note. So you'll up and down on each note. So all you do is put your pointer finger on the second fret of the D, pick it down and up, down, up, and then put your ring finger on the fourth fret of the D and do the same thing. And put your pinky on the fifth fret of the D and do the same thing. And then go back down to where your ring finger's on the fourth fret of the D and do the same thing. And then stop. Then do it again. Alright. Then you're going to take your pointer finger, put it on the third fret of the A string, and do that. And then you're going to take your ring finger, your middle finger, put it on the fourth fret of the D string again. And your ring finger on you put your middle finger on the fourth fret, and then you put your ring finger on the fifth fret of the D string, just like you did a second ago. So first ours. Third fret of the E, A, and then back to the same two notes you did before. Basically, just you're exchanging the third fret of the A for the second fret of the D. Go back down, so you go third fret of the A, fourth fret of the D, fifth fret of the D, back to the fourth fret of the D. Do it twice. This time you're going to use your ring finger to hit the fifth fret of the A. Fifth fret of the A. Yeah, fifth fret of the A. So you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to replace the third fret of the A with the fifth fret of the A. You do the same other two notes, the fourth and the fifth fret of the D. And you repeat the whole thing, so it's like this. So there's not a pause in that little. That's the only other difference, is it doesn't pause between the third fret of the A and the fifth fret of the A. There doesn't pause going back to the main part. So you've got to listen to it, just kind of listen to how it sounds. So, alright, so that's the first part. I didn't go that fast. Okay, the next part is going to do the same thing. This time, instead of pausing there, you're going to use your ring finger to hit the fourth fret of the G string. And you go down and up, just like on the other strings. Again, every note is going to be up, down, or down, up, down, up, down. go down to the, put your pinky this time on the 5th fret of the D, and go down to from that to the 4th fret of the D again. So then you go back up to the 5th fret of the D. So it's, do that. Second fret of the D, 4th fret of the D, 5th fret of the D, 4th fret of the G, 5th fret of the D, 4th fret of the D, 5th fret of the D. But you're doing the double up and down and up thing. Then you start over again. Then it goes back down to this part. So yeah, so it goes. Then you go back to the 2nd fret of the D and do the 2, 4, 5 again. And then you go to the 3rd fret of the A and do that part again. Sorry. I was wrong. You don't go to the 3rd fret of the A. You go to the 5th fret of the A, not the 3rd fret. Sorry about that. And then you go to the 3rd fret of the A. So see, so it goes that whole, it goes reverse. It goes back to the 4th and the 5th. And this time, the way I do it is, I go with my pinky to the 7th fret of the G, rather than the 3rd fret of the B. Because to me, it's a lot easier to hit that note, that string, because it's right next to it, as opposed to trying to hit the. You can do it either way, but to me, it's easier. So I hit with my pinky, I do that, the 7th fret of the G, then I go back down to the 5th fret of the D, and the 4th fret of the D. My middle finger and pointer. I use my pointer finger to go back to the 3rd fret of the A, and then use my ring finger to go to the 4th, 5th fret of the A. So bottom line is this part is in between all the different parts. Except no, actually, yeah, except for it goes backwards. See, I always thought it went like this. To me, it actually sounds better to do that, but that's not what he's doing. So when I'm doing that part, so I'm going 2nd fret of the D, 4th fret of the D, 5th fret of the D, with my pointer, my ring finger, and my pinky. Ring finger for the 4th fret of the G. So go, pinky with the 5th fret of the D, and then back to my ring finger on the 4th fret of the D. Then I use that same ring finger to hit the 4th fret of the G, since it's right there. Just kind of pull it down. Then I use my pinky to get back to the 5th fret of the D, and then my ring finger hit the 4th fret of the D again. My pinky again to go to the 5th fret of the D. Use my pointer finger to the 2nd fret of the D, ring finger to the 4th fret of the D, pinky for the 5th fret of the D, and then I use my pinky for the 5th fret of the A. Yeah, so actually I go back down to the 4th fret of the D with my ring finger, but then after I get to the next my pinky on the 5th fret of the A, then my ring finger again on the 4th fret of the D, and my pinky again on the 5th fret of the D. Then I use my pointer finger on the 3rd fret of the A. But this time I use my pointer finger, my middle finger on the 4th fret of the D, and then my ring finger on the 5th fret of the D. So I change up between the pinky and the middle finger, the ring finger, when I'm hitting the 4th and the 5th fret, depending on where I'm trying to hit around it. if that makes any sense. So here's I'll go slow. I'm just gonna do it without the double picking. Back down, I'm using my pointer finger, my middle finger to hit the 4th fret of the D, 5th fret of the D, and my pointer finger on the 5th fret of the D. And my ring finger again, or my middle finger again on the 5th fret of the D, and then I go to the pointer finger on the 3rd fret of the A. And this time I use, instead of my pinky, this time I use my ring finger to hit the 5th fret of the A. And my middle finger and ring finger to the 4th and 5th fret of the D. So, and you know, honestly, you can do this any way you want to. This is the way that feels best to me. So it's a little confusing. You just gotta listen to the song and listen to that part and just pick, or figure out what fingering works best for you. Some fingering will work better for other people, but those are the notes, okay? All right, the next part, you can start off with the bar chord on the E, point your pointer finger on the 7th fret of the A, and your ring finger on the 9th fret of the D. Slide that whole thing down 2 frets to put your pointer fingers on the 5th fret of the A and your ring fingers on the 7th fret of the D. Then go all the way up to your pointer fingers on the 10th fret of the A and your ring fingers on the 12th fret of the D. Then go back down with your pointer fingers on the 5th fret of the A and your ring fingers on the 7th fret of the D. All the way down to where your pointer fingers on the 3rd fret of the A and your ring fingers on the 5th fret of the D. Then go back up to where your pointer fingers back on the 5th fret of the A and your ring fingers on the 7th fret of the D. So and then you put your middle finger. This is my favorite part of this, favorite chord. I love this chord. So you put your middle finger over all 3 of the D, G, and B strings, and then put your pointer finger on the 10th fret of the B, your middle finger on the 11th fret of the G, and your ring finger on the 12th fret of the D, and just hit those 3 strings. And then put your pointer finger over the 9th fret of the D, G, B, and even E. And put your middle finger, or your middle finger on the 10th fret of the B, and your ring finger on the 11th fret of the D. Love it. And then you're going to take your pointer finger the first time around and you're going to put it over the 10th fret of the D, G, B, and E. Really just hit the G, B, the D, G, and B. I'll hit the E. That it goes up like that, because the second time around though he resolves it by doing the same ending, except for your pointer finger is covering up the D, G, and B of the 9th fret instead of the 10th fret, so the whole thing goes. The second time. he resolves it at the 9th fret instead of the 10th, and he alternates. The first time he does it to the 10th fret, then the second time to the 9th, and the third time to the 10th, and back and forth. All right? And so that is the song. Thank you so much for watching this. If you do like this video, then feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much, and have a great day jamming with Whitesnake.